Hi, today we are going to discuss about the recent topic on WTO. So we have come up with now there is a biennial conference is going on in WTO. So that conference details we are going to see. So here recently it was raised a question in your IAS examination also. The 11th biennial ministerial conference. Right now it is going on in Buenos Aires. It is the hosting country is in Argentina. This is the hosting country. Now what is the major topic here? The WTO is a World Trade Organization. It deals about the developing countries and developed countries and how to bring the trade benefits to each other. That is the basic idea. So there are two blocks over a period of time is emerged. One is the developed countries and another one is the developing countries. Developed countries are led by US. Developing countries are led by group of countries, particularly like India and China. Almost around 100 countries are there which is leading, which is led by India, China, Indonesia, South Africa and other countries. So the major issue of this particular conference is how to negotiate on the rules on farm subsidies 1, and the unsustainable fisheries 2, and the regulation of e-commerce, these 3. Because the developed countries like US and other countries are, European countries are, they are offering a huge amount of subsidies to their internal farmers and the fishermen. It's worth of $160 billion, which is highly detrimental to the developing countries like India and China. So the developing countries are totally opposing it. And these discussions were already established and a separate agreement under WTO on agreement on agriculture, which happened 2 years before. Now the same negotiation is still continuing it, but right now it became a challenging task because of the current US President Donald Trump. He is totally against the subsidies given by the developing countries for their farmers. If you see that the developing countries are, in order to protect their internal economic health as well as the poor farmer, like the Indonesia, China and India, we are offering a lot of subsidies like a minimum support price from this poverty alleviation program. Whereas the developed countries are, they are always looking for, we need to abolish the subsidies what we are extending to our internal farmers. Whereas the developing countries, once if it is subsidies are abolished internally, like India, what we are giving the minimum support price for the rice, cotton and other oil seeds and other stuff. These subsidies are very much necessary to protect already the poor farmers in India. Suppose if these subsidies also is removed on the pressure given by the developed countries, then it is highly detrimental to the internal economy for the developing countries like India and China. That is why these developing countries, they formed a group of countries called G33 coalition, which includes Indonesia, China and India. They are totally opposing the issues taken by the developed countries, like particularly these 3 issues: farm subsidies, and elimination of support for unsustainable fisheries, and regulation of e-commerce, as well as the subsidies issues. So we need to wait and see how the conference outcome is going to happen. Based on that, we can decide what are the further steps to be taken by the developing countries to protect our internal agricultural practices. Thank you.